checking for YouTube and then we're going to get started. But Pluto's going direct to YouTube, fam. Let me just make sure the sound is okay and it's starting. But Pluto is going direct and transformations are happening, like breakthrough to transformations, breakdown to transformations. Come on, I just need to check the sound's okay. For YouTube. Transformations. Yes. I just need to check the sound. Okay. So sounds working fine on the YouTube. But welcome everybody. My name is Kalitas Leah. If you do not know, if you do know, then welcome. So, as I mentioned, this is so wild. I'm on so many different things. Hi. So yeah, Pluto is stationing direct. For those who don't know, even if you deep your own life, new foundations have been forming, transforming, taking place in your life as we are coming out of this retrograde and stationing direct. Pluto is very transformative. Now, I base my astrology off of the actual visible sky. I do see that we are in a whole hologram, and this hologram astrology is basically a big part of the technology that keeps the hologram running. Okay, it keeps the hologram running. So that's my perspective of the astrology. Ultimately, runs on autopilot. So even if you didn't deep the astrology that much, it's just running on autopilot anyway. However, having that, I feel TikTok's just a little bit too close to me. There we go. I feel ultimately having that awareness of, oh shit, damn, this is happening, or reflecting back like, oh, this has happened, it just brings you awareness. You're just more aware of it. But I do say always trust yourself. Do not rely ultimately on astrology or any other thing. Just use it as an observation tool. That's what I see. So when it comes to Capricorn, we are going to get deep into it. It has been retrograding since May of 2025. And many people might say, yep, it's retrograding in Aquarius. But I can guarantee you, and don't believe me, check for yourself, Pluto is not in Aquarius. It is in Capricorn. So the retrograde, this stationing direct, has all happened in Capricorn, okay? Not Aquarius. And check for yourself. My calendar is in full alignment with the sky, but that's of course my calendar. You can check on the Sky Live, download any astronomy app and see for yourself where Pluto actually is in the sky. Because even just looking around you as it impacts our own personal lives, take a look at what is happening in the collective as well. Take a look what's happening in the collective with all the structures and things of that nature that is falling down right now, is literally falling. Why? Because Pluto is transforming the foundations of our entire society. It's transforming it. So you don't need to believe me that Pluto is in Capricorn and not Aquarius. Go and check for yourself. Okay? Go and check for yourself. But before we actually get into what this Pluto stationing direct in Capricorn will continue to bring us, I do have to bring you awareness. We're looking at the calendar. I do have pens. We'll write on it, but it's showing up backwards on the board, so we'll just write little piece at a time. I do want to bring you awareness, so TikTok and YouTube fam, of the Libra energies that we are entering into already. So the first sign to enter the Libra energies was Mars. So as you can see, TikTok, Mars entered Libra on October the 4th. No, YouTube, sorry. TikTok. Oh, the light. The light. That's Mars. Can you see? There we go. Mars entered Libra on the 4th of October 2025. So these Libra energies, we're transitioning with these Libra energies. So I do want to highlight that, especially because tomorrow Mercury is entering Libra as well. Tomorrow, Mercury Libra. Oh, the Bitcoin dump was from Trump tweeting about China tariffs. Literally, after I finish this astrology video, we're going into crypto. I might do it live. I might do it live as well, but I have to be careful on TikTok live with crypto stuff for entertainment purposes, only TikTok. But we're going to be talking about the crypto dump. But anyway, back to astrology, because astrology also plays a big role in crypto. These Libra energies are coming in, and again, because we do follow the actual hologram that we are in, we follow the sky above us. The sun actually enters Libra on the 31st of October. You can see YouTube, TikTok, 31st of October, the sun enters Libra in October. So these Libra energies are coming in, and as you can see, Pluto right here, TikTok, stations direct in Capricorn, YouTube, Pluto, stations direct in Capricorn. So this stationing direct is happening soon, but we've tapped into these Libra energies. And why do I see this as important? Because Mars entering Libra already. So I'm just going to write on the board so you can kind of keep seeing, because I know that the calendar is a little bit tiny. We'll do red for Mars because Mars is fiery. It's fiery. So already Mars is in Libra. Okay. Mercury is going in tomorrow. And then later this month, I feel like I'm going to do these like bi-weekly or bicyclically, every 2 cycles basically. We're going to get the sun entering Libra, as well as, of course, Pluto stationing direct in Capricorn. But why are all of these Libra placements and so important from my perspective? So underneath the umbrella of Pluto station direct, which we'll get more into that transformative energy soon, we've got Mars, our drive and our passion. So Mars represents our natural drive and our passion, our fiery energy that's like God of War, get up and go type of vibe. And it's entering into this Libra energy of creating balance. And when I see Libra energy, ultimately, Libra is, I'm going to put it here. This part right here is the ether, it's the mind, it's the ethereal, okay? It's the ether. From the ether, you bring out of your mind, from the nothing into something, you bring it out onto the scales for it to then get weighed. Is there balance there? Is it right? Is it not? Can you keep it there? And forgive me again, YouTube, I'm sideways for you, but it's okay. You know, they need to fix that trait. But that's ultimately how I see Libra. It is based around the 7th house, which is a lot about relationships and things of that nature, having balance within your relationships. Yet something I also like to hone in on is it's the relationship you also have with yourself, the relationship you have with the different things you may be working on, things that are important to you. Are you having that home life balance, work life balance, sorry, and things of that nature? But ultimately, it's the idea of what you have in your head and that balance being created via primarily relationships, and yourself is not excluded. So when it comes to Mars, just keep in mind that that is like the general energy of, as we've got Mars, Mercury entering in Libra. Mars is already there. Mercury's entering tomorrow. The sun on the 31st of October. Again, this is based off the actual visible sky. So you seeing the sun outside, it enters Libra on the 31st. Do not believe me, check for yourself. Okay, it's different to mainstream astrology, because mainstream astrology purposely throw us off center, and there's a reason. When things are mainstream, oftentimes if it's mainstream, it's wrong. However, let's get back into this. So naturally, our drive and passion, our Mars, our fiery aspect, that thing that pushes us, just deep your life, have you been noticing you've been working towards creating balance, whether that is in relationships, whether that is in what you're working on, bringing balance to that, especially if you've been imbalanced in work, probably procrastinated a lot, not really doing it. Have you noticed an influx in drive and movement? So you just reflect on yourself for that one. But I personally have noticed that. I've personally noticed it. Mercury entering in there tomorrow. So when it comes to how we communicate and exchange our energy, any type of energy exchange, because what I personally found was Mars just being in there. I had this fiery passion, but the communicating part of it wasn't quite the best. It wasn't quite the best, which has caused some contention amongst people. So that's something I've noticed personally. However, Mercury coming in there, which is about energy exchange, will be able to neutralize this fire and this passion of just going ahead at it. So again, just keep that in mind. We will be exchanging our energy in ways which we have this idea in our head from the ether, from our mind, and we want to bring balance towards it. We will recognize when it's imbalance. And I always say, when it comes to Libra energy, because we are going to enter fully into this Librian energy. Not everyone, yeah, needs to even be on your Ross Clark scale. That's something I have to be honest, and I say it all the time. Sometimes things can be imbalanced, and then you have to just kick them off the scale because they actually don't need to be there. Just let them fall away. That can be a person or a thing. But sometimes, in terms to get that balance, not everybody needs to be there, not everything needs to be there. So I do feel we will be, or we've slowly entered, we're slowly transitioning into this time of what really needs to be there to keep this balance between people. I know some people do have to be on the scale, but ultimately we're working towards creating that actual balance. And then of course the sun will eventually enter Libra on the 31st of October. So our ego we will be perceiving reality through taking the idea of what's in our head and aiming to create that balance between who we are interacting with. And this, again, it's like not everyone needs to be there to rot it. But anyway, after these two, Pluto is stationing direct. So the biggest focus is obviously these two, because we're entering into this stationing direct energy with these two, and then the sun will join us later. So with Pluto stationing direct, geez, Pluto has been retrograding since May. So it's all in this calendar. It was since May, and I'll show you. It was May, yeah. So as you can see, TikTok, Pluto station retrograde in Capricorn in May 2025. YouTube, Pluto station retrograde in Cap, May 2025. So it's been going on since May. And this calendar, by the way, goes up until, it follows the zodiac year, so it goes up until March 2026. And it follows the exact sky above your head. So yeah, there should be a discount. It's not available on TikTok, it's available on Etsy, but there should be a discount because obviously the year's almost done, even going to March, if you still wanted it, but there's a digital version anyway. But since May, essentially, we were in this retrograde energy when it came to Pluto. Now, retrogrades offer a going back, a redo, a looking over, like a crossing the I's and dotting the T's, basically, of the things that we didn't have the time, space, or capacity to do before. So in essence, it's like, oh, I've not had the time to do this. The retrograde brings that time. Even if it wasn't the whole entire time, the time eventually comes at some point during the retrograde of things that will allow you to work on your foundation in order to move you forward. Because what happens when it comes to the sky, can you see this? It like, or time, it dances. We just go back and forth, kind of basically kind of like a spiral. We go back and forth and back and forth. And we are never really, we're not designed to go, 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 go every single day or every single month. That is not our design. So literally nature, the sky, it shows and reflects that there is a rest time, there is a going back, there is a, I've now got time to do this. And how this would appear in your life, um I'd say during even the direct times, not the retrograde times, during the direct times, you may feel like you physically do not have the time to get some things done. You do not have the capacity in your mind to get things done. So this is where the retrograde period comes in. So Pluto has been retrograded since May, since May. So you just reflect on your own life, and I'm not saying it needed to happen every single moment since the 4th of May up until now, because that's not how we work. However, from May until now, were there periods in your life where you then actually had the capacity to go over and do something that you had put off? And it may not have been everything, but something you had put off. Essentially, those small things, even if it was small, would have planted the seeds or laid us more of a solid foundation. So when we do station direct, we can then move forward energetically in new territory. Do you see what I'm saying? So this direct energy, as we're moving in, we're coming out of this retrograde energy. Even if you had little energy since May, and all of a sudden you've just got this burst of like, shit, I need to get this done, like typing away or whatever it is. This sudden burst of energy is because we're moving into this direct, Pluto station in direct. So we're moving now, like, okay, you've been you've had the ability now to set what you need to set done. So when we move forward, as we station direct, we can continue to enter into new grounds. So Pluto is based primarily off of transformation. That's what Pluto is about. It is known as the god of the underworld, bringing messages back and forth from, you know, the underworld. Is like pure transformation. Pluto is. It is a slow moving luminary. I see them as luminaries, lights in the sky. So it is slow moving. It's not fast. So it's this slow burn of transformation. So this is why I'm also saying, like, it may have been small things you've been working on, building blocks to build this energy up. And Pluto isn't biased in nature. It's basically like, if this is what you want, okay, we are going to transform you to that for the existence of your life. That's basically Pluto. Hydration time. Hold on. So yeah, that's basically Pluto. And it's sat in Capricorn. Again, don't believe me, do check for yourself. Check for yourself. And if you do subscribe to following the actual hologram, the matrix, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it, then this oh shit, damn, this calendar is in full alignment with that. So we'll use a different color pen because that went across the room. So anyway, it's in Capricorn. Capricorn is all about solid foundation, stability towards a long-term goal. So Capricorn in and of itself is very slow moving anyway. And when I show, like, I can't show you right now because I'm literally using both of my phones for TikTok and YouTube. But if I was to show you the exact position of Pluto right now, so imagine Capricorn's in the sky like this. It doesn't actually look like this. Capricorn, oh, it doesn't show it here. It shows it in Capricorn. Pluto's about here. can you lot see that? No, this yellow is shit. Where's the blue? So imagine Capricorn's in the sky. Pluto's about there. So can you see Pluto's is like the dot. So Pluto needs to travel all across Capricorn. So when I say it's at the beginning stages of this transformation, because Pluto will be in Capricorn until, forgive me if you hear children screaming outside, it's the children playing, the neighbors' children. But Pluto will be in Capricorn until 2038 to 9. Okay. It enters Aquarius in 2039, and then it retrogrades back out of Aquarius back into Capricorn, and then from 2040 it stays in Aquarius and then continues. So we are literally in this beginning phase, still this beginning phase of laying new foundations for this long-term goal. Excuse me, confirmation burp. So when it comes to even the collective, we are moving forward now with new foundations, and I'm just going to bring you awareness to certain things. Obviously, someone mentioned on my TikTok, they were like, you know, Trump mentioned something about crypto and then the market went down. We're not going to focus too much on crypto here, but that market, blockchain technology, is another aspect of what foundations are being slowly set up in the collective. That's just an example. You've probably noticed there has been a lot of talk about different institutions, such as schooling, for one. I notice many parents are, if they're able to, taking their children out of school. They're realizing the schooling system is using like an outdated system, and things are changing. They're trying to create new ways. There's a lot of talk even about vaccinations happening now for entertainment purposes only. TikTok is just entertainment, okay? Just protect myself. YouTube isn't as sensitive as TikTok, but TikTok I have to protect myself. But anyway, there's been a lot of talk about that going on as well. So even the foundation of like the vaccine schedule, they're wanting to change, not being so frequent and things of that nature. So they're just a few examples, but ultimately the foundations of the society that we have been sat on for so long are changing. We're reaching like a more longer desired goal, and these are slowly changing. So this is why I say just look around you at the world. Do not even believe me when I say Pluto is in Capricorn, as a lot of the astrologists are saying it's in Aquarius, but it's really not. Like, I don't know what they're interpreting, but if you're looking in the actual sky where astrology happens, it's not. And you only need to just look around you and what's going on in the collective and even your own personal life to realize, like, shit, damn, like, yeah, it makes sense. It's actually in Pluto, in Capricorn. It's actually in a Capricorn. But look around, and then again, your own reflection into your own life. What foundations have you been setting? What long-term goal are you ready to reach for? But ultimately, as we station direct from this half of the year until May next year, and people do stay tuned for next year's calendar. It will be available in December, okay? And it starts in April, but it will be available in December. So if you grab it early, there is a discount, a Christmas discount. But anyway, stay tuned for that, and the diary as well. But we will be moving this next half of the year while it's stationing direct. I should probably close the window. Is it loud? Do you hear them loud outside? But I'm also quite warm. So this next half of the year, when it comes to setting these new foundations in our world, I have to close the window. They're a bit too loud. Just give me 10 seconds because it's just a bit too loud. Oh dear, I'm still here. So Yeah, I'm back. So orientation is locked. Rotate the device. I'm still live there. I don't understand what's popped up on YouTube, but it's still live, isn't it? Yeah, I'm still live, so it's fine. I probably just knocked it. So anyway, going into this next 6 months or so, because these luminaries, they retrograde for like 6 months and then go, and it's just so slow. It's literally so motherfucking slow. But anyway, we will be entering into new territory of foundations to set. So this is how the stars move. It's like we enter into it, and this is with all of them, but of course we're focused on the foundations. We enter into this new territory, right? We explore these new things, new connections, new ideas, work on these new things. Probably can't finish or start all of them, and then it's just like, oh shit, damn, these luminaries then retrograde, which then gives us the opportunity to finish off these other not other connections, to finish off these things which we started. In doing so, in recognizing what we want to keep, what we don't, working on certain things we truly want to develop, we then can enter the new phase of this transformation, which will start to happen very soon as Pluto stations direct on the 14th of October. So we'll be entering into that very, very soon. This new territory, these possible new connections that will help us build this foundation will add. Oh my gosh. The side window is open, so it's like they've walked around there. Now I'm hearing them at the side from this ear instead of that ear. Anyway, the children, it's not even my children because they're not here, but yeah. So, oh gosh, I don't even want to shout at them. I cannot because they're not. Anyway, let's try and get past the children because the hearing the laughs of children is wonderful. So, we're entering into this new territory of building foundations. That's basically the ultimate point, and it's weaving in this whole Libra energy of making sure we've got that balance when it comes to our drive and our passion, when it comes to how we are exchanging our energy with Mercury, is making sure we're starting this direct energy off with having that balance there. So I do find this quite beautiful, and how the sky just syncs up with itself, because aiming to create that balance will help towards the next phase of the foundations you're ready to set up towards your long-term goal. Okay. Towards your long-term goal. So we are also in the year of the snake. We're in the year of the snake. So I personally see that what is to come with having these balances, etc., like starting off the energy with these balances, moving direct in this Pluto and Capricorn energy, I feel a lot of transformation is going to come. Being in the year of the snake, a lot is going to come. Why? Because as we enter into the year of the horse, which starts mid-February 2026, more of that stability which we have previously created will need to be there. So oh my days, this was like a complete 180 of my life, is to happen this next half of the year. Okay, going into January, early Feb. So be prepared for that, is what I'm going to say. Be prepared for that. Trust your intuition if it's like whatever opportunity or change that you're ready to take in your life. don't be propelled by fear to not move, as once we're in 2026, being in the year of the horse, which needs that stability, it's going to be harder to take on the transformations. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Another thing why I feel the last few months going up to like January, start of Feb, is going to be transformative is because we're in the letting go and dying season of autumn and winter. So as we let go of what doesn't serve us to allow us to transform, just like a seed when you put it in the dirt, um just like a seed when you put it in the dirt, we're going to get ready to grow new things. Okay, so that is really what I wanted to say with that. I do want to do, like, I know I have meant to be on here before, but life has been lifing, and I will share my story on YouTube, not TikTok. I'm sorry, I cannot, but on YouTube I will share my story because YouTube have been with me for a while, and you knew the incident of what happened with the police, which I've been healing from, and then just some other things have happened, but I'm not letting that slow me down. And I cannot do this every cycle or every week. I'm trying to get the word week out of my vocabulary. However, my aim is to at least do this by cycle or bi-weekly. Okay. So I'll go over a half of the month for the astrology. So I feel that that's what will best, I'll be my most optimal state then. Um, so that is the aim. That is the aim. So I'm gonna just do some tarot readings. Like, we're just gonna clarify with tarot right now. After I'm hydrated. And yes, so just a quick tarot. YouTube fam, TikTok fam. Top of the deck is the Fool. So just new beginnings anyway, en route, en route. So we'll just see what's coming with this Pluto stationing direct for the next 6 months of the collective's life. Like, what's going on? Where's my book? Just a quick message. And then your girl has to do a crypto video because crypto's been a bit crazy. Crypto's been just a little bit crazy. Oh gosh, what was that? 8 of Swords popped out, but then it went back in. So we're gonna keep that in mind. Six of Swords in reverse. Can you clarify that? I have, like, I do tarot, but I've got no. Oh, but then we've got the star that popped up upright. It's a Six of Swords in reverse. Oh, that's fascinating, with the Wheel of Fortune that just popped up there. So I'm feeling that's ours. And just one more to clarify. It was a Two of Pentacles. Balance is over. This trying to juggle and balance of something seems to be over. That just flew out. And I'm feeling that that's all I need to say, to look at. So we're going to see what these mean. And I do use this. I've meant to put this under my YouTube if anyone wants it for the longest time, but your girl will do it eventually. Just allow me the time. So there's some form of juggling that we don't really need to juggle anymore. That's what I'm picking up with the Two of Coins in reverse. However, the Six of Swords in reverse, I have zero idea. Okay. Swords. Where are the swords? Okay, Six of Swords. Oh, okay. So it represents recovery, travel, new departure, leaving the past behind, getting over difficulties, being more positive about life, healing experience. But it's in reverse. So I'm feeling something is coming up. Something is coming up. I'm going to be honest. It makes sense. There's a lot of this Libra energy that we're entering into this with. So it's kind of telling me this, there is going to be, say, a battle. There's going to be effort needed to put in when it comes to balancing out these possible relationships or connections that you have. There is going to be a you're going to need to put in work, and it may not be as that simple and easy, because there isn't leaving the past behind. It seems as if the past may come back up, like difficulties may be there because the past is going to be revisited in order to actually create that balance and work on developing new foundations, which is interesting. However, in that, like, though you're not juggling, you're not in this juggling state, you may be more fixed on what you want to do. So yeah, you may be more fixed in what you want, coming from the ether, as I says, and trying to create that, because the juggling really isn't there. The juggling isn't there. You're a bit more in this Capricorn energy of this is what I want. You know, to be honest, I don't need to tell my dad anything. That was quite random. Please leave stupid comments off. I deal with that when I'm doing telekinesis, and I'm just not doing that right now. So just leave stupid comments off. Yeah. You see, this is again why I like YouTube, because YouTube people don't chat shit. They don't chat shit. But anyway, yeah, there's not there you're not juggling with things. I feel you know something. I feel you know something. There may be a challenge that you have to face and work through to bring this balance in, but ultimately you do have the wheel of fortune and the star. So in this thing where you realize you're not having to juggle, you may have to face certain obstacles, the past possibly coming up. You're realizing you don't even have to juggle the options. Probably when I say options aren't there, you know what you're choosing based off of what you no longer want to accept as part of your foundation when it comes to having this balance in your relationships. That's possibly coming up because ultimately you do have the star and the wheel of fortune with this Pluto station in direct energy. So the star is ideal love, truth revealed, realization of a dream, insight and belief are essential. Seeking the light, finding peace within, feeling generous. Feeling generous. So my question is, who gonna be generous with me? I'm not joking. But then also the wheel of fortune there. So who, like, I don't know. I feel this is a lot about relationships. So I do feel a potential connection is coming in. Now, I don't know if this is a love connection or a friendship or a business connection. I'm not sure. But there is a connection coming in, a realization of this is possibly what I want. Realizing that I don't actually have to juggle this and balance this with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, potentially before this comes through, as this was the first one that came out, past things may have or are already coming up for you that you have to deal with from a connection, whoever that may be, in the past to bring this balance. But ultimately, as you do have the star, you've also got the wheel of fortune, which is inevitability, destiny, timing. There is no certainty except in uncertainty. Each moment is a new beginning. The only constant is change itself. Seeing cycles repeating in life, a turning point, movement, or confidence. So I definitely feel that this recognition of past cycles repeating and realizing, will I accept this or will I not? Past cycles, past things coming up for you. Will I accept this or will I not? Basically. Because ultimately, a turning point is happening within this new foundations, and I feel it's a lot to do with relationships, people, connections, business, family, friendships, partnerships, romantic relationships. It's going to be different for everyone, but a turning point is definitely coming, like 100%. A turning point which will help you not even be able to be in this juggling state. You don't need to juggle because you'll know. But the past will be revisited. Yeah, in that there's a turning point as we're changing our foundations even more with Pluto in Capricorn. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing with this energy. So ultimately, trust yourself. As I say, trust yourself. I will be back. What date is it today? I'll be back the end of October, as I'll be doing this bi-cyclically, or as you shall know, bi-weekly. And we'll go over what is happening each for 2 cycles at a time, because Mama can just handle that a bit more than doing it every 7 days. So definitely trust yourself. If you would like to support, just simply like and share this video. That would help a lot. And I do also have this calendar available on Etsy, YouTube. It will be under the description, and TikTok, entertainment purposes only, is in my bio. There should be a sale on it because it is almost coming to an end of the year. It does finish in March 2026, as you can see. So if you're interested in it and there's not a sale, just wait until the sale is on there and I'll put it on. And make sure you stick around for the new calendar, which will be available in December. Okay. Because again, there'll be a discount if you get it early, because the calendars follow the zodiac year. So it starts April. It starts April every year. Okay. So getting it in December, January, you'll get that sale. But anyway, thank you for joining me. If you want, if you can't support getting a calendar, that's absolutely fine. Simply liking or subscribing, sharing does wonders. I do offer birth chart readings as well in full alignment with the visible sky. I will go live, like going over offering like free mini birth chart readings, but we're not going to do it today. But I will go live doing that. So if anyone is interested, then just wait till you see my live where it says like birth chart readings, and we'll do some. So yes, with that being said, make sure I'm gonna be doing a crypto video, and I'll probably go live if I can figure out StreamYard again, if I can figure it out, and I'll go live doing the crypto video to talk about the craziness that's happened in the markets. And make sure you check out my mommy TikTok as well if you're into homeschooling, and I do telekinesis over there, so if you're interested in that, you might go live doing telekinesis. We'll see. But yeah, with that being said, Angel out. Bye. Bye TikTok. Bye YouTube.